Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 991. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing a book, but you need some help getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 20 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that 3 things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they can turn a quote-unquote non-author, a person who doesn't really see themselves, maybe even as a writer, into a published book author. Those 3 things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. Every first draft is perfect because all the first draft has to do is exist. It's perfect in its existence. The only way it could be imperfect would be to not exist. Jane Smiley. And here's a bonus quote of the day that also goes with today's topic. We begin to judge our work too early and think we need to achieve perfection. Inevitably, writer's block will come knocking because we can't meet those expectations. We need to give ourselves permission to fail so we have the freedom to explore, experiment, and improve. Lynda R Young. So not surprisingly enough, once again, good morning, happy Thursday. Let's talk about editing today. Personally, I am a different writer at the end of a writing project than I was at the project's start. By then, I've immersed myself in the book's subject matter and gone on a creative journey, absorbing stories and learning all sorts of new and interesting things, usually about life and also about writing. I'm a better writer by the end of projects. It would be impossible for this not to happen. As Stephen King discussed in his book On Writing, if you take any modicum of skill or talent and combine it with repetition over any period of time, the only possible outcome is improvement. The same is true for most activities. Think about something like strength training. Condition your muscles regularly and you'll get stronger. Take a ballroom dancing class every week, and unless you have 2 left feet, you'll become a better dancer. Watch the Food Network and experiment with enough dishes, and you'll become a better cook. When you write consistently, like in a book project or regular blogging, article writing, your email newsletters, you will become a better writer. It is inevitable. You are a different author when you finish writing your book than when you began it. This is the best possible argument I can think of for not editing as you write. Editing as you write your rough draft is like settling for a less experienced, not as good editor now, instead of being patient and employing a much better one later. Wait until you finish a complete rough draft of your book, and now you'll have this editor, which is you, by the way, who is about, 50,000 words or so better and more experienced than the novice with tunnel vision trying to hack away at chapter 1 right after she finished writing it. So here are 3 other reasons I have to wait until you have a complete rough draft of your book before attempting any substantial edits. Number 1. Editing is about fine-tuning, polishing, and shaping the big picture. Well, how can you see the big picture to know what needs to be adjusted if you're still in it, if it's still being painted? Number 2, it kills your creative momentum, which is the last thing you want, especially if you're a first-time author building your confidence and trying to get that first draft done. Number 3, editing switches you from creative to critic. A rough draft is neither the time nor the place for critics. And the biggest reason for not editing too early is your unlimited potential as an author. So I hope that helps those of you in your rough draft to avoid the impulse to edit as you write, because again, by the end of the project, you will become such a better writer that you'll be a much better editor. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. Be sure and drop by my Inc. Authors group on Facebook for motivation, accountability, book writing, publishing, resources, and more. Check the show notes for the link. Until tomorrow, happy writing.